Welcome to the JAWN podcast. I'm your host, Shalia,
And your host, Janina.
and welcome back. This is our 7th season. So we rolling in the deep. So today's affirmation says, make more deposits of prayers, encouragement, and kind words to yourself, and watch how things will shift. What's going on with you, sis? You cool?
I'm cool. I'm hanging in there. I feel like every day I always got something I gotta do. So I'm just managing my life.
Yeah, that's how life is. Never a moment. You got to make it. You got to make the time to take a moment to breathe.
Yeah, pretty much.
Because if you don't, you will be in too deep. So definitely take time to breathe. I'm good. I am not going to complain because everything that's going on in my life is what I asked for. So I'm just taking the punches as they come. Are you working?
No, Shalia, I'm looking for my lyrics. Calm down.
Girl. Because you punching the
because my browser had closed. I had my lyrics up and my browsers had closed. So I had to pull them back up.
But what I'm saying is that's going to be in the background.
Oh.
I like that drawing. What's your I like that drawings?
So I watched the documentary called The Curious Case of Natalie Grace. I seen people talking about it on, like, you know how like something is trending, but you're like, well, I don't really want to read all the tweets because I don't want to like spoil it for myself. So I noticed that things was trending about her. And then one of my friends messaged me and asked if I watched it yet. And I was like, no. So then I started to watch it. So, I mean, it's good. I'm still confused though. I'm still confused. But that's the thing. I'm still confused, honestly. And it's 6 episodes, but I feel like I wasn't really certain at the end of the 6th episode whether or not she was a child or adult. And then they said that they are putting out another episode and it's going to be like the interviewing her. But it's honestly like I'm gonna say about 80% of documentaries that I watch about people who like have like disturbing behaviors or do things, it's so crazy how majority of them like experience some kind of like abuse. It's just wow. But that one, and I was listening to Here's the Thing the other day, and he started to talk about the Hillsong documentary on Hulu. And I already saw the other one. And he just like I thought it was the same thing. Because Kev started off like, yeah, Melissa was watching a Hillsong documentary and she said that Carl Lentz was in this one. And she was like, oh no. He was like, no, the one I watched, Carl Lentz was not in that one.
Oh, wow.
So I started watching that. I just finished that one. That one is like, I think it's called The Secrets of Hillsong. What's wild is that the cover of it is Carl Lentz, but it doesn't look like him at all. He completely looks like a different person. So
I was about to say something crazy.
Even when I saw it, like I saw the documentary on like my Hulu welcome page, I never thought that the person in that picture of the cover was Carl Lentz. His hair is long. He's nowhere near as handsome as he was. It's wild how life bulldozer him. But because I saw the original documentary, I knew about the history of pedophilia with Hillsong. But this one did the same thing, but it also gave us a more insight of what how the whole Carl Lentz scandal went. Okay. And his wife is on there, so like they're kind of like speaking their truth, and he this is the thing, like, because we have to, like, as Christians, until you have a realization or you have a full understanding of what, humans and flesh and the things that they do, like, these people cannot be a reflection of, like, the teachings of Jesus Christ. You know what I mean? So, like, as a Christian, sometimes it's hard. It's sad for me when I see people who, like, were devoted, but then it was like the actions of humans really turned them away from the
Yeah,
faith.
that's
You know
what
what I mean?
happened to me.
Yeah, but
That's
you still,
exactly what happened.
like
I
it was,
haven't been to church since though.
no, I'm not even talking about just church. They were interviewing, like, people who used to go to the church and stuff. Some people are straight atheists now. That's how
Yeah, I can
wild it
believe
is.
it.
And he though, I do think that he's still anointed based on how he was talking. I do think that he still is anointed, but because of the trauma and things that he dealt with as a child and he never got fixed, it manifested, and, like, the devil was able to just play boom, boom, boom. And because, like, he talks about being molested as a child. Like, it's wild.
Yeah.
But again, the church can be amazing. It can be amazing, but because it's humans running it, it can be detrimental to a lot of people's mental and physical health.
Yeah.
So it's scary, because, like, I personally, I keep saying, like, I want to find a church home. I want to find a church home, and it's scary as a parent because I'm like, I do want my kids to have, like, a church upbringing, but then it's like, you don't know what you setting your kids up for. It's scary.
Yeah. You
But
just gotta pray. You gotta have open dialogue with your children, all of that stuff. And, thank God now therapy is being more talked about and people are seeking therapy more. But I feel like if people are just honest with themselves and get the help that they need, then, as a human who's running the church, people would be more accepting. Like, I know for me, when I went through everything, my pastor was amazing. And the whole scandal was that he cheated on his wife with a man that was gay. But had he just came clean about that, then as I talk with everybody, I would still be a member of that church because what I got out of it was amazing. He just wasn't being honest. So it's a lot.
It's so complicated because, like, it's impossible for you to be, an unflawed person. But the thing is owning, like,
That's what
okay,
I'm saying.
and
Being
not judging
honest.
everybody else,
Yeah.
But that documentary, it was really good because, like I said, they talked to people who were part of the church and deeply into it. But he's okay. He still wasn't really owning. The one thing that I didn't think that he realized, he still wasn't owning his whole, like,
What you mean that don't tell the whole
right. Yeah, no. I mean, that's just one part of the documentary, but it's like 5 episodes. But yeah, I was if I didn't here's the thing, I would never have even looked at it because I thought it was like the same Hillsong thing. And I didn't know that person was actually Carl Lentz. Because
was it the same producers and stuff?
No, I think this is a Hulu documentary, and I think the other one was Discovery.
Oh, okay. Cool. Yeah. So I like that JAWN. I've been listening to this podcast. What the heck? This podcast is by another therapist. It's called Black Girl Burnout. And she just talks about, things that we go through as Black women, and how not to become burned out by your family, your job, life. So it's really encouraging.
Is it a new podcast, or has she been out for a while?
No, she's been out for a while.
Oh, really? Okay.
So it helps me to encourage my clients, and I've suggested it to them because it's always good to just be able to not everything be so booky when it comes to you helping your clients.
Right.
So yeah. And then I've been looking at stuff for the fall. I think I don't know why summer didn't really start, but it
No.
did. But I'm kind of over summer already.
Probably because you're in Georgia.
No, and it's just because I have a lot of things coming up, a lot of things going on. So it's just when I think about it, I'm trying not to think about it because that's what causes anxiety. But I know that I just have a lot of stuff coming up. So I've been shopping for loafers for the fall. And now since I go into the office 2 days a week, why not?
Okay.
But yeah.
I need to get Anthony needs a pair. I was looking at some for him. He only has one pair.
Okay.
But what's the next thing? Oh.
So prime time, what did you buy?
I was shopping at Temu.
Really? How is it?
It's good. It's good. I got this
going over there.
Oh, you don't got to, girl, because I shop enough for me and you. I got one of these, the electric stirrer things.
Yeah, gonna do your coffee. But we talked about not shopping.
Oh, girl, but Temu, they be like, you play games and they give you points and you get money taken off. So what are you talking about? You just told me we had prime time.
Yes.
Okay.
We do, but that don't mean that you had to buy anything.
Temu, I spent no more than $20.
Okay. Let's see how this Temu thing
Temu really out. Yes.
And
like I really do not
7 unfolds. Let's see how many times Temu is gonna be on your prime time. Let's just
no. I did, but like I said, Ava, she be ordering stuff, girl, and her stuff be free. Yes, she'll send me she send me an invite and then like we gotta play like this game with these fishes. But anyway, China probably all in my phone, but good for me. I'm not an FBI agent. I don't commit crimes. So, but yeah, I bought one of those electric stirrers, milk frother things, and I bought some press-on nails. I was trying to do my nails as we were recording, but I was trying to do it beforehand. But the insurance lady called and I had to take the call. But anyway.
Oh, you was trying to give out some hand action.
Yes. Oh, and I bought this ring. But this is the ring. I'm gonna tell my husband this is the ring that he gotta get me.
You are funny. Oh gosh. So only thing I bought is some castor oil. I'm on this whole healing with castor oil thing. Well, I've been on it for a while, but I wasn't buying it in bulk. So I bought it.
You know what I said I was supposed to do, but I never did it. I was supposed to do oil pulling and I never did it.
Yeah, I've been doing it too.
You have?
Yeah. It's
have you been doing coconut oil or
coconut oil? Yeah, coconut oil. It's hard at first, but because you're supposed to do it for 15 minutes, but once you get into the routine of doing it.
I probably need to bring some up here and then I can like do it while I'm at my desk.
Yeah, or for me, what I do is I'll do it and then I'll go do other things while I'm doing it, and then before you know it, the time has passed. Right. But the castor oil, I told you about it, but it does so many things. So I've been using it as like castor oil packs to shrink my fibroids. It's been working.
Wait, it's a pack, a patch?
No, you buy. So I bought it's made out of wool. It's like a wool cloth, but it's not real thick. And so you put the castor oil on it and you put it on whatever area. Say if you got knee pain, if you got elbow pain, people with breast cancer use it to shrink.
How does it seep into your pores?
Yeah, like it seeps into your pores and it breaks down anything that's in there, like lumps and bumps and blockages and stuff. So they sell several different packs that you can buy depending on what part of your body you want to use it on. But the good thing about the wool cloth is it doesn't seep through. I've seen some people just use cloths, but with that you gotta like tie it down and stuff. But it's been working for me. I've been using it on my eyebrows, my eyelashes, and when I went to my eyebrow lady, because my eyebrow lady is the one who told me to use it on my eyebrows. And when I went to her a few weeks ago, she was like, "You've been using the castor oil?" I'm like, "Yes."
Well, you've been getting it threaded?
hmm
Mm.
Yeah, I've been getting them threaded.
Mm-hmm.
Because I had, I don't want to say parts, but it was parts of it looked like I had a part because it was one part that wasn't growing in. But since I've been using the castor oil, and like I said, I've been using it on my lashes. So yeah, I love
Yeah, I
it.
need to get me some.
Yeah, definitely. Make sure it's organic and hexane free when you buy it. But that's all I bought. I've been being good because I'm trying to work on some goals over here. Um, so yeah. All right, you gotta hit this joint up is where we highlight a small business. And this week we're highlighting Philly Experiences. Philly Experiences is a Black-owned tourist and community building brand that is dedicated to amplifying Black neighborhood and local cultures, art, businesses, community, and healing. They believe that visiting or living in Philadelphia isn't about what you see in the movies, news, or brochures, but about experiencing the true spirit of local culture and connecting with people in their stories. So pretty much Philly Experience has a lot of different things. Right now they're having a yoga in the park. For the summer, they do different walking tours and things like that. But the thing about Philly Experiences is they not gonna have you downtown. You might end up in the hood with them, but not in the bad part. So the last thing I saw, I cannot think of the name of this hotel. It's in North Philly. It's off of Broad Street. It's kind of near the Met.
Lorraine.
Yes, yes. And I didn't know that they were trying to fix it up to open it back up. So that's something that Philly Experiences might have you experience. So you can visit their website is www.phillyexperiences.com and their Instagram is Philly Experiences. So make sure y'all hit them up and support this Black-owned business.
Yeah, that hotel is where Janet Jackson had her birthday party. You know, she had a birthday party in Philly like a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah. Oh, she did. That's where she had it at?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yep.
cool. Cool. Because the last time I was in Philly, I was going to go visit my brother. He works on Temple campus.
Mm-hmm.
And we passed by and I was like, I didn't know that. I seen at the bottom there was a restaurant.
Yeah.
And people were going in and out. And I said, oh wow, I didn't even know that it was open.
Mm-hmm.
And then I started following Philly Experiences and I saw that they were, taking people there. So yeah. So current events. Tyler James Williams says that he is not gay and he's tired of y'all coming at him, asking him, is he gay? He made
I saw that post. I mean, I never got that from him.
I did.
You did? Oh, I didn't get that from him. I mean, I know on what is it, White People? What's that show?
He
That
kissed
movie
the
he was
guy.
in. I mean, he played the guy was his character was gay.
Gay, yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I haven't seen him in a lot of things as an adult. Dear White People, that's the only thing that I've seen him in. And then now with Abbott Elementary.
Yeah.
But
he was on Jennifer Hudson's show and just his outfit, he had his legs crossed. And I said, oh, maybe he channeling his inner Prince. But
yeah,
given
he may be.
Prince said that he wasn't gay, so
Yeah, I don't think Prince was gay.
No, but a lot of people did because of the way that he dressed.
Well, see, like for me, honestly, there are so many rough men that like men that sometimes it's like mannerisms aren't always a giveaway, but you just never know.
Yeah,
You
you
know,
don't.
especially like with women, you just never know either, because most of the time with women, I feel like I'm mostly right most of the time with women. More,
Oh,
more
you a
so,
psychic when it comes to women.
no, I'm just saying more so with women. I can pick up, and it's not even about them being like manly, or it's more so about them like never being around, you know, men.
But I don't know, because so it's a girl that I went to high school with, and she swore up and down she wasn't gay. I remember she even made a post saying some girl got her feelings hurt because she tried to come on to her. And people were like, "To you?" And she was like, "Yeah, she got her feelings hurt. You know, I'm not into that." Now she comes out a whole butch,
Oh
married a
yeah,
woman. And
right.
I'm just like, you weren't being honest with yourself.
Oh, because it's not easy. I mean, that's the thing. Like I don't feel like the world makes it easy for people to come out the closet. Like they,
Now they do,
I
yeah.
mean,
People, family might not.
right.
The
I mean, like,
world,
I mean, I know plenty. Like, I do know people who are our age who still are not out. Who, you know, like, oh, that was supposed to be my other. Oh, I like that joint. The ultimatum. So wow. The ultimatum on Netflix this season is a queer version, all women.
mm,
Girl, Asian lady on there. Talking about her family don't know. Talking about her family don't know.
they know now.
They did know, they just don't want to accept it. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
okay.
Like she told them before, but they just was like, oh no, just ignore her. She looked like a whole boy. And she on this TV show about to
Yeah.
marry a woman. But it's very good. It was better than last season.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, I don't, to me what makes it questionable is when you feel like you have
I
to,
have
like you
to.
said about the girl, when you feel like you have to confirm
Mm-hmm,
that you're not something. So
mm-hmm.
that to me is what makes it questionable.
Right.
So because you're now saying like you're not gay and you feel like you have to like tell people,
Right.
yeah, you might come
That's
out,
what I
you
was
might come
saying
out as
with him.
bi or
Like,
something. Yeah,
yeah, yeah. So,
yeah.
and so our girl Mary J, her real love documentary comes on Lifetime on Saturday,
Oh,
June
the one
10th.
that we saw on Amazon.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
So make sure y'all tuned in. You know I love me some Mary, so I'll be tuned in. I think it come
No,
on at 8 or 9. I'm not sure.
I hope she's working on her biopic.
Well, this one, isn't this a bio? I think this is a biopic.
It's not a
It's on
biopic.
Lifetime. Isn't Lifetime the one who do the biopics?
I thought you said that it was the documentary.
Wait, let me see. What is it called? Real Love. I know she producing it
Mary J. Blige, she could put a biopic in the movies.
in the movies.
Yeah, like Tina Turner was in the movies. Like What's Up Got to Do It was in the movies. You know what I mean? Like she could do, like Whitney Houston's biopic was in the movies. I'm saying she can do a biopic that's in the movies.
Oh, so
About,
this is saying that it's a movie. It's a Lifetime original movie.
oh, okay. I heard Keisha Cole was supposed to be working on hers too.
Okay. Yeah, this is a Lifetime original. Okay.
Lifetime must be cutting them checks.
Must be, child. Mm,
That's interesting. Oh my god. Okay,
what?
I thought I closed it.
Oh,
So I'm going to do horoscopes this week. I'm doing Gemini's because isn't it Gemini? It's Gemini season, right?
it is Gemini season. I'm surrounded by him.
Good luck. Hope you're surrounded by the good twin most of the time.
Mm,
So, so for love, let's see. You think about what could be a lot more than what actually is during the dreamy Mercury Neptune sextile on this week of June. But there's nothing wrong with that. Being all starry-eyed when it comes to love is kind of adorable, Gemini, even if it is somewhat out of character for you. On the 11th, by the time you guys get to this, will it be the 11th now? On the 11th, your home planet Mercury moves into your unfiltered sign, and when your first house gets this flirty energy, you love to talk.
That's normal.
To lots of different people about lots of different topics. It might slightly annoy your partner. I can't read this no more. It might slightly annoy your partner, especially if you're talking to other people more than your mate. But by now, they probably know that's just how you are. There's also a new moon in your first house of identity on the 17th, which puts pressure on you to be much better overall communicator. Try having discussions without an agenda. Conversations with Bae go much more smoothly when you don't try to talk over them.
Child. Hallelujah. Thank you, Jesus.
Or get them to come around to your way of thinking.
Yes. Listen. Absolutely.
Hilarious. Your money situation may not be quite what you want it to be now, but a helpful aspect boosts your morale this week. An emphasis on past lives and karma urges you to be careful about how you conduct yourself, especially when it comes to your words, which can seriously wound. Meanwhile, cash comes in when you exploit shared investments in properties. And for health, the sun in your sign until June 21st can enhance your energy level, and you'll feel much more vital in the weeks leading up to that date. You'll enjoy exercise that combines flexibility and agility and encourages you to continually improve your performance. This could be anything from running to cycling to swimming to anything to another activity that encourages plenty of movement. You might even want to change your mode of exercise so you don't get bored, because boredom could be your biggest block to continuing your routine. Is that also with upbeat Jupiter in your spiritual sector, you might find practices such as Tai Chi and yoga very uplifting and healing and valuable for relieving stress. Horoscope is so hilarious.
My eye is burning. Let me go.
You got drops?
Yeah, I'm about to go put some in there. Hold on. I'm gonna mute myself.
I'll pause this.
So we're going to get into this week's episode topic. And this week's episode topic is life be lifing, adulting sucks. So while we've been going, Janina and I, we've been going through a lot of transformations with work, with life, with family, and life just been lifing. So we're just going to talk about what's been going on since we've been going and how we foresee things in the future.
Yeah, I mean, I just feel like, I think that the stage of life that we're in is like everything counts. You know what I mean? So it's not like we don't really have time to BS or, to not really be focused on things. So when things are disrupted, when it's beyond your control, then it definitely adds to your anxiety or whatever. For both of us, the last time we were recording, Shalia had just gotten a new job. And I was in the process of looking for a new job because the job that I had at the time was not it for me. It was just not it. It wasn't a good fit or whatever. And I had other people praying for me, people who cared about me, who knew what I was going through. They prayed for me. And I got a new role. I didn't even apply for this job. The lady, they found me on LinkedIn, honey. If you're looking for a new job, make sure your LinkedIn is up to date.
Right.
Make sure you do some kind of interactions on LinkedIn. If you are really serious about looking for a new job and can afford to pay for the premium LinkedIn subscription, I suggest you do so. Because they put your profile in front of more recruiters.
Mm.
So I recently started my new job, and I feel like, my manager, I definitely was very transparent with what I was looking for in my next role. I basically was, told my manager that I've had bad experience where I've came on board and I felt like the people really liked me or cared for me, because being liked is not that important. But at the end of the day, you don't want people to come for you. You know what I mean? Come for you because they don't understand you or because they're intimidated by you, whatever the hell their reasons are, when all you're doing is just trying to work.
Yeah.
So, like my new manager seems to be, she makes sure she says, I'm not a micromanager. You you know what you got to do. I've never really connected with a manager on a personal level the way that I've done with her. So I'm just, I'm being hopeful about it because, like we text, so, that's one thing that's happening in my life. I'm transitioning to a new position. My husband actually started a new role, with a new company this week also. And then with my kids, Ava's last day of school was yesterday. So I'm still kind of I don't really have full concrete summer plans for them. But throughout the year, I had already when people were sending me free stuff, I was just signing her up. But I know she can't go to everything. So it's just a matter of deciding exactly what we're going to do. I need to get my son up. Aiden got a haircut.
I know, you got to send me some pictures.
I do. Aiden got he went to the barbershop, got a real haircut.
Good.
This fool,
he acted up.
Climbed in that seat and sat there like a big boy and got his haircut.
Oh, did you video it?
That wasn't even there because his dad made the appointment the same day as the recital.
What did he? Oh, well, who took him?
Oh, his dad, but he didn't record nothing.
Oh,
exactly. But yeah, so he's a new person. He got his haircut.
Listen. Haircuts be changing lives.
Yes. So thank God I don't have to fight with him or have him going outside with Meek Mill braids.
Shut up.
Definitely have.
Yeah, the Meek Mill braids.
Well, more so, I'll say Jim Jones braids because he don't really have the same hair texture as Meek Mill, but Jim Jones braids. And yeah, like I said, just acclimate myself to my new job, and then us having a getting geared to start back with our podcast. There's a lot of things that we had wanted to do that we didn't really get focused to do it, but we will. I just like I said, I feel like I just have a lot of things that I need to get done. But life is good. Life is good. God is good. He's been looking out all the time. So I'm grateful.
Yeah. God definitely be looking out. You better start, write your list down of everything you want to do and start crossing it off.
Yeah. Yesterday I bought me a weekly, it's downstairs though, but I gotta bring it upstairs. I bought me this pad, the to-do pad thing that I'm supposed to leave right here and I can write stuff off. But
okay. That's what's up. I'm glad that your transition into your new job has been well. You just never know. Still, don't let your guard fully down, because when you do, you know how.
Right, and then oh yeah, I forgot about that. So then I also was dealing with, throughout this transition in the last couple of weeks or whatever, I also had one of my friends from childhood passed away abruptly. So she literally was just having some pains in her chest and went to the hospital, and she was gone in 2 days. So that was kind of like, a
Horrible.
lot. And then at the same time, one of my other friends had lost his mom, who was sick and had breast cancer. Essentially, they both had breast cancer. I was trying to attend 2 funerals same day. Two Black women died of breast cancer prematurely, because I mean, neither one of them are really old. Like my friend's mom, she was like 60, which is not really old at all. And then my other friend, she's my age, 41. So, and these are both moms of, so it's, it's a lot, but it just makes you appreciate life more. It makes you appreciate that today is not guaranteed, tomorrow is not guaranteed, so it's important. So like with one of my friends, my friend who lost his mom, and this is one of my friends from high school, and I love the fact that, our classmates, even though we haven't been in school in 20 years, we still rally behind them. So I just hope, when I'm going through something like that, the same thing happens, but
No, we're not even thinking about that, because
but I'm
nothing
saying,
like that
I
is
mean, in
gonna
20 years,
happen.
when in 20 years, when I'm burying my parents,
The
because
people
I
who
need
are
them to be,
supposed to be there are going to be there.
yeah, who knows? Honestly, you never know, because some people, they are supposed to be there,
That's
but
why
they
I
ain't.
said, yeah, but the people who are supposed to be there are going to be there. The people who not, they're not. So that's how you got to look at things, because listen, when I was in the hospital and sick, people who I thought was going to be there, they were not. People who worked in the hospital, people who visited the hospital for other reasons. This is just a hop, skip, and a jump for you to, but that's why I said the people who are, it shows you when you go through things, it shows you who's really in your corner.
Definitely. So I was, dealing with that. I don't know. I'm starting to feel like I'm experiencing a lot of loss around me. God willing, knock on wood, nothing has been personal within my family, but there's been a lot of loss around me. So I think that maybe that's just like, that's something that happens in your 40s. Because I don't feel like it's just me. I feel like a lot of other people are experiencing it too. Like I talk to people all the time, and they're like, "Oh, I was at the funeral, or my uncle died, or my aunt died." Like,
a lot of people, parents that we went to school with and grew up with, or a lot of people are losing their parents. Yeah, it's sad, but it's life, and we just have to roll with the punches sometimes and be there for the people who need us. Because, it's good to hang out and party, but to be there when somebody truly, truly needs you, when they lose their mom, when they lose their dad or their husband, you know what I mean? That's what really matters.
Right. And it can go along.
Anyway.
It can go a long way.
Yeah.
Because
and
at the
not
end
just at the funeral, but after too.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Or I mean, just whatever is within your capacity. At the end of the day, is with whatever is within your capacity, to show some kind of compassion, some kind of like empathy towards, because one day either that's going to be you or you already been through it. Right. So I just think that a lot of times with the hoopla of life, sometimes you do, I was going to text this person or whatever, when you remember, just do it. Because sometimes it's like people are hanging on to certain people's like every word or every movement. But I felt, me personally, I felt really good that I was able to coordinate, and we took a collection for him. We got flowers from the class. I felt really good that we were able to represent and, just show people that we can help lighten the load a little bit.
Yeah, definitely.
So I'm like I said, because I'm like, who am I? Like, you know what I mean? It's just like, who are you? Who are you to feel bad for yourself? Like sometimes it's like you may be having that pity party and then you realize God is constantly humbling me. So it's like, okay, girl, I got a job. Listen, you
Exactly.
you worrying about a job. You won't get your job. You got your mama. Shut up.
Yeah, and that's how you got to think about things sometimes. Because at the end of the day, a lot of people wish when they go through stuff they could call their mom and have a conversation, or just go visit their mom house and get a meal, or their grandma house. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. That when you're going through something, it's comforting. So yeah. Yeah, life will come at you fast. And like I was saying earlier, you know, we pray for things and we tell God that we want all these things, but you got to be ready when they come, because if not, the things that you've been asking for and praying for, you'll end up losing. So that's why I said I'm not complaining. I've been asking for this job and these opportunities.
Yeah.
For most of my career. This is what I ultimately wanted to do. And this position pretty much fell in my lap. And my supervisor knows, and she tells me all the time, and her thing is, because when you own your own practice, this is what you're going to have to do. So she knows that that's my ultimate goal, and that I'm not going to be working for her forever.
Exactly.
So it's just a good feeling to not be micromanaged, to not have somebody watching your every move, for people to put, you know, trust into you with their business. And two, for me, it felt good because when I first started this job, I felt like I was just doing a lot with seeing clients late, and my self-care, and, you know, me taking my medication was kind of, I would forget, like, oh, it's such and such time, I ain't taking my medicine, and I can't do that.
No.
Yeah, so I, you know, was talking to my friends and people, and I was just telling them, you know, like, I have to say something because I can't put my life in jeopardy. I've done it all my life for jobs. I can't do that now.
Right.
So I had a conversation with my supervisor because I had been praying about when I was going to tell her about my illness. So the first time, because when I did like my onboarding and all of that stuff for the job, we actually went out to lunch. And so I was like, I'm gonna tell them then, but it just never was like the right moment, because there was so much other stuff going on with paperwork and making sure I had these apps and all of my phone was set up. So it just never happened.
Right.
So, you know, it just was on my heart, like, well, you gotta tell her. Because two, you don't want to be in the office and something happens and then people don't know what to do for you.
Right.
So with me feeling like, you know, I'm working these hours, I'm getting into the office at 9 and I'm not leaving till 7. This is not the life that I want. Even though it's the job that I wanted, this is not the life that I wanted. So I had a conversation with her, and, you know, she was like, I hear you. And she was saying, well, when do you feel like your day should end? And I said, normal business hours. What do you mean? But so her husband is her business partner, and we have supervision every Friday, but one Saturday out the month, because we all are in the office different days and we don't really see each other. One Saturday out of the month, we have lunch, but it's kind of like a staff meeting. Well, it is a staff meeting, but we have lunch. We do it at a restaurant. And every month, a different coworker picks a restaurant. So we were at lunch, and she told everybody, our day starts at 9 and it ends at 6. If you choose to see clients after that, then that's your choice. But I'm not asking y'all to be in the office, because her saying is, I won't ask y'all to do something that I'm not willing to do. Right. And as I was talking about it and talking to her, because from day one, you know, the reason why, you know, me and her connected, because she was talking about being transparent, and she was talking about God, and she was saying how, you know, when she makes decisions, she consults God and her husband, and she doesn't just do things, you know, without thinking about it and praying about it. So, you know, I was like, you know, so she was basically saying, you know, I listened to Shalia, and what she was saying. And I finally see, you can't overwork people, because then they're not gonna want to work for you.
Right.
So I pretty much helped them to set their precedent for their company. People don't want to work all night. And if you do decide, maybe, a client might be like, oh, Shalia, is it possible for this one day for you to see me at 7? I might budge, because if I'm at home and I've already done what I needed to do for the evening, cook dinner and stuff like that, then maybe once in a while, but on a regular basis, no. So with that, and then now she's giving me more responsibilities, and when she goes on vacation, she wants me to do, some more administrative stuff, so I'll get to learn more about the business. And so I'm just willing to learn everything that I can to get to the next level in my life. But with all of that happening, I had to get all this work done to my car, had to come out my pocket. But the blessing is that I had the money.
Right.
So it could have been the other way around, where I was scrambling to be like, I don't have this money, would just fix this and don't fix that. And then more problems came. But, now I'm just looking at life where I got to look at the good side of things.
You got to take your wins.
Yeah, it can't always be, oh, woe is me, look what happened. No,
right.
It happened. I had the money to fix it. And so moving on, you know what I mean? So, but yeah, life will come at you, and, you gotta lean on people who first of all, allow you to lean on them, and people that have your best interest at heart. Because not everybody that you call your friends, some people are just, and it's not that they're bad people. Everybody's going through things, and a lot of times people don't know what to say or how to say things. So I've just been learning a lot of grace, and oh yeah. So that's where I'm at with life. Stuff gonna keep coming up, but listen, I'm the most healthiest I've been in my life. I got the job that I always wanted. My next step is to buy a house and open up my own practice. So that's what I'm looking forward to and moving towards. And that's just that.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to finally getting my son potty trained.
He got to now. He got a big boy haircut.
Fully potty trained. He's a hot mess. Randomly I'll come upstairs and he's sitting on the toilet. But
does he have a potty?
Yeah.
But they always say boys are harder, and a lot of I'm not gonna say a lot, a few therapists that I know they have children, their thing is let them go when they go. Don't.
Yeah, I mean, I think in regards to when he goes to school, I think because other kids are going, he probably, will do it. Because I mean, he does go more, I guess, when other people are going, but he just sometimes just be defiant.
You put him in school
in September?
Okay.
Yeah, in September. That's paperwork I gotta complete also, because they have they have free pre-K. So I have to finish the paperwork and decide which facility I'm going to go to, or go look at a couple of facilities that's in the area. But yeah, he has to be in school in September, and I told him that. But I mean, I'm grateful because his speech is so much better. He is saying so much.
Well, he definitely gotta get potty trained before then, because First of all, you don't want to have to be sending 1,000 changes of clothes.
Right. Yeah.
You
I
don't
think, I
want
mean,
them
if he's
calling
not like,
you.
I mean, hopefully he'll be fully, if not, then he'll just probably wear pull-ups to school and then they still be taking him to the bathroom. But sometimes I think also having it is like enabling him. So I
Yeah.
probably need to go a couple of days with like just keeping underwear on him.
Do
But
they still have the plastic
yeah, I
underwear?
was looking them up. They do. I was looking it up on Amazon.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, like I said, I need to message his speech therapist because I think he's supposed to have a session tomorrow, but I can't do it.
Mhm.
Like Ava has, so like last week, Ava had a class trip to Hershey Park. And then Saturday she had her dance recital.
Mhm.
And then tomorrow she has her Girl Scout closing ceremony.
Mhm.
And then on Saturday, I have to go to Maryland for a baby shower. And then
Girl,
next
you
weekend,
booked and busy.
I know. And then next weekend, they are having a Girl Scouts. I don't know. Kids who sold a lot, they get a trip to Great Adventures. So then she gotta go. Like I said, I just feel like my June calendar is full.
Yeah.
It's pretty full. But
Listen, I feel the same way. And it's not even personal stuff for me. Like yesterday, child, I had 8 clients. I was looking at myself.
That's crazy.
But today I only had 1.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it was because it was new people, then it was people rescheduling, and before I looked up, it was like, but it went smoothly because all clients aren't so like they don't have things that are so draining
Yeah.
and that you got to put a lot into. As some clients you barely have to talk. They pretty much talk and you just so it wasn't bad, but I'm gonna tell you, when I got out that car to come in this house, that's when I felt it. So I'm like, yeah, you can't do that again.
Yeah, that's a lot in one day.
Yeah.
But also I guess we wanted to just like, get up to date and also let you know, because I mean, we don't have a whole lot of listeners, but most of our listeners are our age. We all are. I feel like we all are. Everybody I talk to is going through the same transition.
Mhm.
Everybody in our age category, you feel like it's not enough minutes in a day for everything that you have to complete. And then on top of that, time goes by super fast and you do feel like you are never done doing what you anticipate to accomplish.
Mhm.
And sometimes that can be overwhelming, like just feeling like you haven't completed stuff,
Yeah.
it's like that can be overwhelming. But I guess we wanted to just talk because it is also important that you have people around you who are encouraging, who will talk you out of like you being negative.
Mhm. Definitely. Because for me, because I can't preach something to people and not practice it in my own life. Because there was a time when I kept saying, it's always something, it's always
Right,
something.
right.
So I stopped saying it. And now, like I said, when things happen, I try to look for the positive in it. I
Yeah,
had to get all this stuff done to my car, but I'm blessed because I can afford to do it. It was a time in my life where I wouldn't have been able to do it.
yeah.
So
I
definitely know that you're not alone in this. You're not.
Yeah, I definitely had a moment a couple of weeks ago because um so my last position, I found a new job, but before I could put in my 2 weeks, they laid me off. And so for me, that was great because I didn't really want to have to work out my last couple of weeks. Like I was annoyed, but because I needed a paycheck, like,
Mhm.
and I wasn't starting my new job until the end of May,
Right.
but I wound up still getting paid, not have to work.
Mhm.
Um, but I had a ball of anxiety because I had stopped hearing from my new job. I had stopped hearing from my manager. So I was like, oh my God, what's going on? But she just got busy.
Yeah.
So, like that, it was relieving because I'm always thinking of work. Like I mostly, like when I'm unsure about something, I start thinking about the worst case scenario. So do Shalia. Think about the worst case scenario.
Yeah, but I've been
But
doing better. I've been doing better. I've been trying to, because with anxiety, you have to always be focusing on the good things. So when you're not automatically going to the bad, because now, like I was telling you when we was talking about Kevin, I was giving him the benefit of the doubt of maybe he busy, or he might be going through something. So I've changed my mindset to that. When if I don't hear back from people, or because sometimes when people be like, I'm gonna call you when I get home, if I don't hear from them, I'll be like, Lord, I hope nothing happens to them or whatever. But just like I'll be busy sometimes and can't text back, it's the same thing with other people. So I've been doing better. Still got a lot of work to do, but
yeah,
I've been doing better.
Yeah, I just think a lot of times for me is I want to be prepared. Like I always want to be prepared and have a alternative plan set up. So a lot of times you may spend, as someone with anxiety, you may spend a lot of time on planning plan B, C, D, E, right? You have these plans in place.
But you might not need them.
But A never indicated that they were failing.
Right. Exactly.
Plan A never said, I don't know, we can do it.
Right.
But you do not want to be in a situation where plan A and plan B fail and you have nothing.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, I need to have plan C. And like for me personally, a lot of people are the opposite. They put everything in plan A. Mm-hmm. So because when they put everything in plan A and plan A fails, they're devastated. But like for me, I usually, and it is kind of like pessimistic, where I go through it thinking like plan A ain't gonna work, because the majority in my life experience, plan A very seldom works. So I always, the plan B usually is what works, what happens. So I'm so used to plan A, like, okay, let's pivot. We're gonna do this.
But that's what anxiety is. Stressing about the future.
Or I think once you realize that you have anxiety, it's about identifying what's real and what isn't, because a lot of things that we are reacting to, or because like even with the situation with your manager, and I was like, well, Shalia, we don't know yet. You have to talk to her first, and then we'll see. And I know I was like that too. Like I started applying for jobs. Like
I was thinking worst case. That's just because I know how people could be, especially when it comes to illness, especially when it comes to their business. And at this point in my life, I feel like I can't put a job before my health, because I've done it my whole life. So that's why I was just like, you know what? I'm preparing for the worst, but I'm praying for the best. And I find now when I just been praying a lot more and talking to God more, that helps me a lot, because at the end of the day, it's like, if it's for me, it's going to be for me. And if it's not, it's not.
Yes. But when you're in it, it's when you're in it, sometimes it is hard. And like, I feel like that's one thing that we have been conscious of doing. Even if we don't believe it, we're still saying it. You know what I mean? Like, we're just trying to look for the silver lining. Let's just try to find a silver lining in this, because like I said, like my husband lost his job. Like he literally got fired. And he already was like struggling financially, because when he came back from work, he was trying to get back. So he was already struggling. And then like, I know the kind of person that he is, his mental health is heavily affected when he is not making money. Mm-hmm. It's heavily affected. So like for me, a lot of times I think as a mother and as a wife, or just as the woman figure in your household, you carry on a lot of people's problems because you want everybody to be okay and you want to have the resolve for it. So a lot of times, well, all the time, like if my kids have a problem, they're coming to me. If my husband has a problem, they're coming to me. So at the end of the day, like, I gotta be cool because like I can't help nobody if I'm not cool.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? If I'm not cool, I can't help nobody. But I have to also be real with myself when I'm not cool. It's like I need a minute.
Exactly. Yes. And take those minutes, hours, whatever. If you need to leave the house, take a ride, just go do something.
Yeah. That's what I was saying. Like yesterday when I was having a really rough morning, and it was rough just because it was like I needed to get out the house at a certain time. My job was having an event. I needed to get out the house at a certain time. And also my husband was, it was his first day at his new job. He was all the way in Michigan. He didn't have a car or anything. So it was like that morning I had to, get myself together, and I got up in enough time, but then it was like I had to get my daughter, which I shouldn't have to get her ready. That was what was more frustrating for me because like she don't listen. So it was like, when we went to Hershey Park, this girl was up
and ready.
Yeah. Like, this is your last day. This is your last day. Like, this is the least you can do. Get yourself ready or whatever. Like, you could have did all this last night. And then like my son was just like giving me a hard way to go. Then in the meantime, my husband, he missed the shuttle. So he was asking me to order him an Uber. It was just like, Jesus, I'm going to be late. But it wound up working out. It didn't really matter that I was late. We wound up going bowling, just I got to connect with people who I don't see. So it all.
And what did I say? I was like, don't stress your day.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. I could have been like, oh my God, girl, that's so annoying. And said it like kind of like, I don't want to say made it worse, but just like, fed into it to be like, yeah, that's horrible and that sucks and stuff like that. But that's not helping. So that's another thing too. Like, I'm learning to be intentional about my words and what I say. And it's like I said, I can't be preaching this stuff to other people and I'm not doing it in my own life. So that's big for me now. Just being intentional, being, checking on my friends and saying kind words. And I don't know. I'm just going through a transition where I'm learning to just accept change, be positive about it. Because before, I'm be totally honest, when I would have found out everything I had to do to my car, I would have been stressed out about it. Like, it's always something, and what am I going to do? And I was like, to do everything, tell me how much it's going to cost. If I got to put on my credit card, I will. And because you kind of put more on yourself than it needs to be when you stress yourself out.
Right. Yeah. But I mean, stress is also an emotion that is not easily controllable. You know what I mean? So I just think, again, with being an adult, with having to have the answers, not,
not having answers all the time.
Not having somebody who can fix it, just like, I just need somebody else to fix it. Like, no, you gotta find a fix for this.
Yeah. Listen, I'm looking back to childhood and I don't see how my mom did it. 4 girls all going through their own stuff, and my mom cooked dinner every single day. Like, I don't see how she did it. Because listen, I don't have no children.
I mean, she was not handling it well.
No, but nobody really.
I'm saying internally. Yeah, I'm saying internally,
Yeah,
she
but
wasn't.
I'm saying just now, the way We
told you.
see things.
Nah, that's why I say I tell you this all the time. I said I get it. I see why people was on drugs. I see because if this is the small escape, I see how people can how people were able to turn to crack because you're like this one is made me escape from all this crap I gotta do. So,
but even other people's parents, I just I'm just thinking about the multiple children, being a single parent, or even having a husband outside of the house working. It's a lot. So I commend even now parents with children who go to work, take their kids to school, pick them up, come home, cook dinner. It's like, because mental health is real, and I'm glad people are being honest about their mental health and they're actually getting help. Because and you know what, it's sad, most of my clients are women. All of my clients are women, and a lot of their things have to do with just everyday life or with men. It's sad to say.
Yeah.
But that's just how it is. So yeah, just know that you're not out here alone. We're all going through things, but the thing is to be honest, to ask for help when you need it, to have people in your life and in your corner that you could go to, that you can vent to, that's going to allow you to vent, but that are also going to help you along the way by giving you positive words and uplift you and let you know, things are going to be okay. Who pray for you?
Yeah.
Friends who actually pray for you.
Yeah. And I think one of the key things is like when I was talking to someone and I was expressing like the altercation that I had with that guy when I hit his car or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And I was telling her what I said. I said, it takes a lot of growth in speaking to people to understand when people are well and they aren't. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So like, when you see people and you see their physical ailments, it doesn't take much thought to say, okay, this person is in a wheelchair. They can't walk, blah, 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 blah. But when it comes to mental illnesses or people not being well mentally, a lot of times those people aren't aware of how unhealthy they are. Mm-hmm. And so I was telling her how I told him, like, you can't talk to everybody like this. Everybody's not well. You are not going to always just like
come out.
I just read like this lady shot this woman and she was just coming to her house because she kept complaining. She kept complaining about her kids and stuff like.
But she took the white lady had took the other lady's son's tablet. She was coming to the house to get the tablet.
Well, I heard that what I read was that the lady, the kids came back for the iPad. The lady threw it at the kid and it broke or whatever. So then the parent was coming like she should to have a conversation with this adult. But this adult obviously is unwell because nobody thinks I'm in imminent danger through my through my locked door.
But she lied though. She lied and said that the lady was trying to break in her house. But they said after surveillance and after witnesses, that's when they finally arrested her, because first they only brought her in for questioning and then let her go. Come on. But thank God was it the chief? He was saying he has children too. And this pretty much was just a lady who was annoyed by kids playing in the neighborhood because they were playing an empty field next to her house. So that's what she had a problem with. But I'm just glad she's being charged and they'll get justice for her, because now her kids witnessed that. That's
traumatic as hell, and they have to live their whole life with this trauma. And that's the thing, like the people that we're dealing with today, these unhealthy adults are usually traumatized children, like
who never got help.
Yeah,
it's just it's amazing, because with doing therapy, and one of the things we ask people is, have you been through this? You've been through therapy before? No, I never thought I needed it.
Right.
But the stuff be so, that's why it's like, now I don't have no choice but to be thankful, because the stuff be like, wow.
Right. And it's not just getting therapy. It is making sure that the therapist that you have is effective, because like some people go and be like, I don't like my therapist. Listen, you have to keep going to somebody else, find who works for you.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
and it's
you
not
do.
just like, oh, they keep pushing me and asking me to do stuff. Like, you can't just be.
A lot of people don't like homework. They don't like homework. They ain't doing it. And that's the thing too. When you're doing the work, you'll see results. But you can't come and feel like, oh, I'ma just honestly, I don't know what people be looking for when they come. I be looking for a quick fix, but that's not what it is. So I had a girl yesterday, right? It was so hilarious. I had left my medicine home, and I was like, I can't go the whole day without taking my medicine because I never missed my medicine before. So I had to turn around. So I was going to the office, so I was gonna be like 10 minutes late. So I called her, but this was like gonna be our first time meeting. So I called her on the phone, and I was like, she was like, "You Black?"
Girl, stop.
I was like, "Yes, I am." She was like, "Oh, I'm just making sure." Like,
what? That's crazy.
yes, I said, "Well, how did I sound?" When I said, "Well, how did I sound over the phone?" She said, "I really couldn't tell what you were, but I just know I needed a Black woman." I'm like, "Okay."
That is so funny.
It is. So, but
Yeah, girl,
yeah,
you can't just
y'all.
be asking people like that.
I know you Black.
Is you Black? Oh my God, that's so funny.
Yes, but it's just therapy works if you allow it to, if you're willing to do the work. But also, in school they teach us don't tell people things about yourself. And
Right.
I don't think, me personally, I know what, if you're going to a therapist, you will want to know something about them.
Yeah.
To go to a person and know nothing about them, and you're
Right.
telling them all this personal stuff about your life? No.
Yeah, I don't understand it. I guess because they don't want them to use anything against you or
But
something.
you, as a professional, you know what to tell and how much to tell. But I give clients a chance. On our first meeting, do you have any questions for me? Because you might want to know my background, how long I've been doing this, because that matters to people. And I think that's why sometimes it doesn't work out for people, because a lot of therapists, and I've had them, they're straight book. Just everything is the book, the book, the book. But you gotta have some personality. You gotta laugh a little bit with your client.
Right.
Like, it's not all go.
Right. Yeah,
Like
you
the whole,
try to be personable.
yes, down to their level, not their whole, yeah. But just know, y'all, we going through it just like everybody else. So if you are a friend, you know us, you need to pick up the phone or send a text,
Right.
don't hesitate to do it. Even for people who, you have your circle, your sisters, your friends, your sister friends that, you need, depend on them. If you need a therapist, it's a lot of good therapists out here. And sometimes, even if you're not going through anything, everybody needs somebody to talk to that's outside of their family and friends about what they're going through. Because sometimes your family and friends just don't understand. They don't.
Yeah.
Even when I've heard people say, "Yeah, I told my family I was in therapy," and they like, "You don't need that. That's for crazy people," and stuff like that. So that's what I'm saying. Sometimes they just don't understand.
Yes, it's need therapy. That's why.
Uh-huh.
They be scared. People be scared what the therapist gonna
So
uncover.
many people be like, I ain't going there so they could tell me all the stuff I'm doing wrong.
Yep.
Come on. So
yeah, I get it.
Yeah. We are back with season 7. So we just got a lot of guests that we want to bring on to share some good positive things with our audience. Because we are mid-40s. Well, I am going to speak for myself. I'm mid-40s now. And
you ain't no mid-40 girl.
Yes, I am. I'm 43. I'm about 43 is
mid 45.
Girl, it's gonna be here before I know it. And
Your
I gotta
early
get
40s.
I'm trying to get stuff in order before I get there.
Girl, don't rush it. Your early 40s.
Listen. So we're gonna, have some people on that are gonna, be able to help us who are, because listen, we all have these dates and times in our mind when things need to happen for us. And then when you see other people doing it, it's like, I'm behind. I should have had this done and that done. But listen, that's not your reality right now. So just having some people on who can lead us in the right direction and the steps on a lot of things that a lot of people we know who are around our age are striving to get to.
Yeah.
You got any last thoughts before we get?
I feel like don't put it on yourself to have everything together. Like everybody don't got their shit together. Don't believe the hype. A lot of people don't got
social media.
A lot of people don't have their shit together.
Not at all. They will act like they do, but child. Yeah. All right. So what's your lyrics for this week? Did you finally find them?
Yeah, so my lyrics are from Life Jennings' song called Never Never Land, because that Peter Pan was up to something. So he starts it off. I think he just talks this, but he said, my mama said there's only two things in life that are constant, and that's change and change. It feels like some things missing, but I just don't know. It's like I'm not the same man that I was no more, and all these crazy places that I usually know are just not as exciting as they were before. I don't want to read the rest, but yeah, this song is called Never Never Land. I don't know. It's about stuff that you used to do that you don't do no more, loving somebody or whatever. But yeah.
How you just gonna say you don't want to read the rest?
Because he's talking about like loving a girl or something. But that wasn't the purpose of it.
Oh, okay.
He said, I think about you constantly. It surprises me. Like, no.
Well, change. What was the first part? Change. Constant is change. The only thing that's constant is change. That's true. So my lyrics are Grateful by Ebony Janae. And the lyrics say, I wake up grateful every day, covered in favor, doused in grace, only good vibes rolling through my way. Thankful that the Lord woke me up today. Got a loving family and solid friends, ones that'll ride for me to the end. Car and crib, I ain't late on rent. All of my blessings are heaven sent, heaven sent. Life can be so beautiful. It's up to you. So if your rent, you ain't late on your rent, or even if you are late, if it's paid, you got your car, you got a roof over your head, all your bills paid, you blessed. You are blessed. So don't discount the things that you've gone through or that you're experiencing. It's all for a reason. So we're looking forward to season 7. Time is flying. We recently celebrated our 2-year anniversary. So it's moving. Things are moving. Things are rolling.
Yep.
So we are back. We are back.
Yes, we are back. We made it.
We still here. We still here.
Yes.
So that's the blessing. Still here. So we will catch you guys next week. don't forget to subscribe. We are available on all major platforms. So peace out. We will see you guys next week.
Peace.